Success makes no sense until it does. Welcome to Streams. On these additional streams, I'll be sharing with you the paradox of success. You see, if I judge my journey on YouTube by the first video as to whether I should continue or not, I may not be sharing with you today the play button that I mentioned when we crossed the 100,000 subscribers, and it's finally here, and I wanted to share with everyone. You can see it, quite shiny, beautiful is it? It's really wonderful. When it came and I was looking at it, you see, it's quite amazing to finally have it and see that if you put your mind towards something, it can actually happen. You know, everything is not very clear in the beginning, and you must know that in your own journey. Everything doesn't need to be fully firmed out. The roadmap may not be very clear, foolproof in the beginning, but you just take the first step. You see, imagine climbing the staircase. You don't need the light for the entire staircase or the staircase in itself. You just need enough light for the first step, and you consistently put the next foot in front of the other. People imagine that successful people are the people who are the smartest. No, it's the person who perseveres, who is able to give it everything and will not yield. I've seen so many people in my own journey, smarter people, better in some respect, in some capabilities, but in terms of outcomes, they could not cut it, not because they were not smart, but they were not willing to give it everything it needed in the beginning because they wanted it to be clear. They wanted it fully, costed. You see people saying to you, is this thing foolproof? Are you sure there are no mistakes? No, there's no life, there's no journey that do not have its own risk. So your own journey of any goal, everything might not be clear in the beginning. You need to know that. If I judge my own journey with the videos and the views, who will watch, who will be around, which video will work, I may not even have started. In fact, when I started my videos, it was quite interesting. You must also know this. Don't underestimate yourself. Don't underestimate your knowledge. Don't underestimate what God has placed in you. Don't underestimate what you can grow to become. One of the biggest obstacles to people's advancement is not failure. Failure is not the worst enemy of success. Self-underestimation is worse than success, because when you underestimate yourself, you won't even make the effort. You won't even take the step. Some people are underestimating themselves. That's why they have not taken any step. So they don't even know whether they're going to succeed or fail. So if you step into a field of play and you fail or you succeed, that's somebody who had a 50-50 chance. But if you self-underestimate yourself, you stop yourself. You don't even see the potential there. If I was waiting for the day of play button, I won't even start. Play button was not even in my head. It will interest you to know I was not even estimating. I just wanted to share what I believe was a passion for me, and people were asking me. I wasn't looking like, oh, then last year my son Philip was asking, oh, you're at about 10 or 20,000, can you get to 50,000? And we pushed to be like, okay, let's get to 50,000. When I got to 50,000 around November last year, he just said to me, because he turned 16 in June, and he said, can you get to 100,000 before my birthday? You see, you might need to give yourself a target. I felt if he was excited about it, I should be excited about it as well. And I just like, why not? Let's give it a shot. We got to the 100,000 cross point before his 16th birthday. That was a motivation for me. It might be a motivation, it might be a different motivation for you. You try to figure out what is that thing that could motivate you. You may need to figure out What is that thing that will give you the kick, the impetus? Because this, like a passion project, how does it make money? That will not be the first consideration. Is it a passion project? Do you love what you're doing? Are you excited even when it is not paying? Will you be willing to show up? And that takes me to number 3 thing. Consistency beats intensity. You see, people want it loud. People want it, big. People want it to be like, oh, one of a kind. But will you be consistent with it? I've seen better videos, but they are not consistent. I've seen people with better ideas, but they are not consistent. If you cannot be consistent, it's the consistency that the marketplace rewards. It's the consistency that the algorithm rewards. So many times I've said it, I don't feel like recording, but because of commitment to consistency, and you must note that, your commitment, you must commit before everything is clear. Consistency and commitment. If you can break those, don't wait for everything being perfect, a foolproof model before you start. Don't underestimate yourself. Be consistent and make the commitment. When I reflect on this, I don't just see 100,000 subscribers. Well, that feels good. And I'm thinking about 500,000 or 1 million subscribers. But it's the determination to stay true to my own craft. There were periods that I stayed away for weeks. I think there's a period I stayed away from it, but I didn't stop making videos. I didn't stop churning out, information. But you could have those. So I see the videos that did not, make it, or the ones that were not effectively, viral, as the case may be. When you come to my private session, I'll be sharing with you some videos that is in my private, they actually bumped. But despite that, you go back into the drawing box and do it again. That is the reality of life. There will be, when you are consistent enough, there will be things that will not work at all. But what do? You put it, that is, it's a gasman theory. You just keep knocking on the door. You like a salesperson, you keep knocking on the doors until the people that want what you are selling shows up. There are over 8 billion people. I should be able to get 1 million subscribers. There are over 8 billion people, isn't it? I should be able to get 10 million subscribers. How about 50 million? How about 100 million? It was my son that also told me, it's about 0.02% of YouTubers that got to 100,000. How about 1 million? How about 10 million? It's not beyond you. So think of this. What is that one goal that you've been putting off because you felt you are not ready? What is that one goal that you felt, I don't have enough knowledge to drive this or to pursue this? It's time for you to start. Everything may not be clear. You just need enough light for the first step, and then the next step, and you keep going. Don't underestimate yourself, and be consistent. Once you start, be consistent. One of my mentors will say, one of the things he has enjoyed is the grace of consistency. And I say, be consistent, because that beats intensity. So, we go to the 100,000, don't say we're already at 100,000. We want to go further as well. We want this channel to reach more people. So help us on that journey. You help us to get to the 100,000. We want to go farther. All right? Help us to get to 250. Help us to get to 500,000. What do? You subscribe, share with your loved ones, and in any way, feedback. If there's any help, in any way you think what we're doing can help, and more materials you want us to either pay attention to, or you even tell me topics you want covered, and we'll be happy to share that and work on it and research on it and bring it to your viewing. I do hope that you pursue your own dream and you get on the first step and next step and next step. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.